before I let go.
Hey y'all, it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays, where we do DIY home decor and more. When I think of summer, I think of popsicles, pools. I don't like pools. I think they're gross. I still think about them though. And I think about music. Going outside on a nice warm day, having a family barbecue. Super cute. In today's video, I am DIYing my summer Spotify playlist. Each project in this video is inspired by a song I feel like represents summer. Now, a quick note that none of the songs that I chose are going to be playing in this video because, you know, copyright. But I did create a Spotify playlist for y'all of my summer songs, my summer soundtrack, and I'll leave it pinned in the comment below. But if you continue watching this video, I might sing a little something for y'all. Do a little karaoke, okay? So if you're listening with some earbuds, you might want to remove them for this video. But with that being said, let's get started. For our first project, we are making something that smells nice, like strawberries on a summer evening. The end of June passed not too long ago. You're breathing in and breathing out. I don't know what you would do without this watermelon sugar scrub. Okay, see how I did that? Harry Styles will be proud. For this project, you'll need a red jar with a lid, coconut oil, sugar, watermelon and strawberry essential oils, and jojoba oil. Starting with my bowl, I'm just going to put this entire tub of coconut oil here. I don't have any precise measurements because I feel like it. Let's start with your coconut oil so that you can see how much sugar to add in proportion. So I'm just going to put a heap of sugar there and start to mix the two. Now at first your mixture is going to look a little like mashed potatoes. That's okay. We like mashed potatoes in this house. And once I've reached a good consistency, I'm going to put a few drops of both the watermelon and strawberry essential oils and then a few drops of that jojoba oil. This will give moisturizing qualities to your scrub, and the essential oils will make it scented, you know, like watermelon sugar. Now taking that jar, I'm actually going to spray paint the cap in green. You know, this represents the rind of the watermelon. And I'm also going to set that aside and work on drawing the seeds onto the jar. You want to take a permanent black marker and draw raindrop shapes all around the jar. Smells like strawberry on a summer evening. Baby, you're watching YouTube. I'm gonna label my jar with, you know, what's inside. And I'm gonna start putting the actual scrub into the jar. Watermelon sugar scrub. Watermelon sugar scrub. Once you're ready, you can screw that cap on and there you go. Do you think Harry Styles smells like this? For project numero dos, we are making some candy trivets. I think they're called trivets, but trivets sound fancy. And this is inspired by Osuna's song Caramelo. So ahora, si tú quieres probar ese caramelo, watch this video. For this project, you'll need 2 trivets, some acrylic paint, a glossy Mod Podge, and some white spray paint. Starting with the trivets, I'm going to spray paint them white. This will give us a nice foundation to work off of so that the colors appear more vibrant. And I'm going to be using colors that are found in like traditional lollipops. But before we do that, I'm going to take a marker and draw some circles to signify the kind of layers of the lollipop, and then draw where the swirls would be. Might sound a little complicated, but if you think about it and you watch what I'm doing, candy makers will like stretch a long piece of candy in different colors, twist them to create the swirls, and then kind of wrap it around itself to create the lollipop shape. I suggest you work color by color and mark off the specific areas with the color you're going to paint it, because as you're doing it, it can get kind of confusing. When I finished painting, I still felt like something was missing, so I took this white metallic marker from the Dollar Tree and drew the borders of each stripe. This is totally optional, but I think it helps define the lollipop. Caramello, bandolero. And to preserve the color and give it a lollipop shine, I coated this in a glossy Mod Podge. And I also made a similar one that looks like the peppermint candies. For our third and final project, we are making some wall hooks. I'm going to show you where I was going with this, where my thought process was. So I was thinking, what is the essential song for a Black cookout? Before I Let Go. Not Beyonce's version. Frankie Beverly and Maze. So I wanted something that was a hand and a hand that held something. For this project, you'll need a hand casting kit and some long screws. Starting with the casting kit, I'm just gonna open it up, see what's in it. I've actually never done this before, so y'all gonna learn with me. And I'll show you what the casting kit came with as we complete this project. Each casting kit will come with its own instructions, so definitely follow those, but I started with a bucket full of water. While you're at the stage, or even before you put the water in, try putting your hands in the position that you want your hooks to come out as, just to make sure that they fit and you're not fumbling the bag later. And I'm using the step 1 molding powder, and this powder mixed with water actually creates the material for the mold. So you want to mix this up until the powder is all gone and it's a bright pink color. It's not going to be lump free, but as the color starts to fade, you definitely want to move on to the next step. You kind of want to hit the bucket up and down, hit it on the sides to cast out any air bubbles, and then you can put your hand into the mixture, kind of wiggling it around to break any suction. And you want to move your hands a little bit until it starts to harden, and then you can just kind of keep your hands in one place. And I left mine in here for about 10 minutes. You want to start moving your hand by the wrist to kind of loosen things up. It's super helpful to have someone around you to help you. I did not at the time, everyone was asleep. My hand was stuck. I was having a little panic attack. My back was hurting. Eventually I got my hand out, but I was like, my hand is going to be stuck in here. I'm going to have to cut myself out. The jaws of life are going to have to come rescue me. Ooh, I nearly lost my life. And you want to pour a little bit of water into the mold and switch it around just to remove any loose pieces. And to make sure things are dry, I'm going to stuff some paper towels in there and flip them over onto a towel. And I'm going to leave that on there for about 10 minutes. And don't forget to remove the paper towels before moving on to step 2, which is to mix the casting stone. You want to separate a spoonful out for later, we'll be using it. And you're also going to mix this with the recommended amount of water that they specify in the instructions. Only pour about 1/3 just so that you can swish things around. Make sure that they're going into the fingers. Knock on the sides a little bit to burst any air bubbles and continue to fill your mold. You kind of want to work quickly here because this does dry pretty fast. As you can see, when I put the screws in, it was already drying. It was not coming together. So I just did what I could and made sure that the screws were in there as securely as possible. I I removed the plaster from the bucket and set it on a towel to kind of drain out for a couple of hours. And then I worked on cutting the birthday cake. It comes with this popsicle looking thing, but to be honest, that wasn't working for me, so I grabbed a knife. Just be careful not to cut into any of your forehands. The hand cast is still kind of fragile at this point, so you just want to work delicately. The kit also came with this pointed popsicle stick 2.0. They also have a pin included for the same reason, just to get in those little spots, and some sandpaper to sand things down so everything looks nice and smooth. Now this fist here is going to be a wall hook for flowers, maybe like one small flower. So I'm going to drill a hole through the actual hand so I can put a stem in there. So what had happened was, when I cast my hand, the molding dried really quickly. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. If I were to do this again, I would open my fist up a little bit just so that there is a whole opening through there, kind of like this. And to clean up any dings or dents or unsmooth areas, I'm going to mix that little bit of casting stone that we set aside earlier and patch any areas that need it. Now you want to set these aside to dry for at least a week to 10 days. Because of that, I didn't start early enough on this project to paint it, but I will paint it in the future, and I will show an updated look one day once I do paint them and hang them up. But for now, here's how they look. Alright, welcome back. Now I've been wanting to do a video inspired by music for some time now. I just didn't know exactly what to do, but I thought the summer songs would be a hit. My favorite project from this video has to be these hands. I did see that you can buy something like these, but they cost a lot. So this actually turned out to be a more cost-effective version than what you might find online. But I'm curious to know, what was your favorite project from this video and which one would you like to try out soon? If you're feeling lucky, you can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And if you're not feeling lucky, I'm so sorry, but I hope to see you again in the near future. I hope that everyone is staying safe out there, and as always, thanks for watching.